Thank you again, like I mentioned, for joining us. We're so excited to kick off our monthly webinar series that will highlight one of the various amazing member benefits available for you to utilize. A couple notes. First, if you have any questions during the course of the webinar, feel free to put them in the Q&A, which you'll find at the bottom of your screen. Also, if you would like VividSocial to contact you via email, feel free to put your email address into the chat box so they have that information handy. I'd like to introduce you to Susie Jennett, CEO of Mambo Media, who owns VividSocial. VividSocial is a low-cost social media solution for chiropractic professionals. They have been helping chiropractors with social media marketing for over 10 years. And their team of strategists and content creators, they stay on top of trends within the chiropractic field, and they know what topics you, your patients, and prospective patients care about. And today, Susie is going to let you know how they make social media for your practice easy so that you can focus on delivering quality patient care while saving time and resources. So without further ado, I would like to hand it over to Susie.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm Susie Jeanette, CEO of Mambo, and Mambo is the creator of VividSocial, and I'll tell you how that came about. And then I have Carla Smith, who is our Director of Marketing for VividSocial as well. And so she might be able to help answer questions and follow up with anything that you might have. We're super excited to launch this program with California Chiro Association. We have worked with the Washington State Chiropractors Association and Chiro Congress, formerly COXA, for over a decade, as Nicole said. So we're very, very familiar with the needs of chiropractors. And that is really why we started VividSocial. So in general, VividSocial our goal is to make social media easy. We have a low-cost monthly subscription where we post 3 times a week directly to your Facebook page. And we post curated content around patient education, patient tips, health, and spine health. So we really focus on what a chiropractic patient would want to see in your social media stream. And that's what we put up for you. And so I'm going to go through how we started and then some examples of what we've done for other chiropractors. We started with WSCA over 10 years ago, and I actually, as a social media specialist, I was brought in to speak to the chiropractors of Washington State at their conferences every year. And so every year I would talk about how to do social media, how best practices in social media, how to really engage with your customers, and more important, your prospective customers, maybe people who are checking you out and thinking about going to you, maybe a friend told them to take a look. And so they're really trying to get a sense of you. And so for the most part, people will go to your social media channels and try to see what you're all about. And so every time I would speak about this and I would give them, great practices to put in place in their clinic, they would all come up to me after the conference and after my speaking engagement, and they'd say, "Oh my gosh, can you please do our social media?" And at the time we couldn't, because it was just cost prohibitive. It was too expensive for us to do that for every clinic. We work with larger organizations to build their social media strategy and do their community engagement, their posting, and their responses to their audiences. And so, but it was very frustrating for both of us. It was frustrating for me because I really wanted to help these chiropractors. It was definitely a pain point. They're like, "Look, we're working with patients all day long. We can't think about social media. It's not top of mind. It's not something that we really want to do. Can you please do it for us?" And at the time, we just didn't have the wherewithal to do it for them at a low cost. So over a couple of years, we really got to thinking, maybe we could do this. Maybe we could help chiropractors and offer a low cost subscription. And that's really where it came from. So what we did is we did a pilot with the Washington State Chiropractors Association. And we asked chiropractors to sign up for the pilot. And what what we did was post content that had to do with the benefits of chiropractic, posture and alignment tips, exercise, stretching, pain management, injury prevention, and then just general health and wellness and nutrition tips. And we started actively posting on their Facebook accounts. And so this was a way for them to not have to worry. It was kind of an insurance policy that they're like, yes, okay, our social media channel is active. There's great content that's going up there. And then from time to time, when they had time, they could post and say, hey, Dr. John's in the clinic today, you know, come on by, kind of thing. So they could personalize it and augment and supplement what we were doing. But at least they had the guarantee that we had this continual updating and posting of great content that they could count on. And so what happened is, oh, these are examples of that content. So nutrition, exercises, videos, great imagery, infographics. And then it was personalized for each clinic because it was posted directly onto their site. So it's not as if we're doing mass posting out of Mambo or VividSocial. It goes on your stream. So it looks like it's coming directly from you. So what we saw is that we increased followership. So we increased likes and followership by 25%. We increased engagement by 53%. And we increased the number of posts by 139%. And these are actually the metrics that Facebook looks at to decide who's going to see your next post. So the better your metrics are, the more people see your posts. Something that a lot of people don't realize is that, well, I have, 500 followers, so everybody must see every one of my posts. And that's not actually true. Only a very small percentage of your 500 followers will see your post. And the biggest impact you can have on that number is by increasing your followers and your engagement scores. And that's what we aim to do. So the higher those scores are, the more of your followers are going to see it. And then ideally, the more your followers are liking it, engaging with it, and then sharing it onto their networks. And that's really where the viral nature of social comes in, is that somebody says, ooh, I love that cool recipe. That keto diet recipe that you put out, or that great stretch. I tried it. I love it. I'm going to share it onto my network and let people know that this was the best stretch for a tight IT band, And so that's the way that we're going to get other people to come and look at their site, at your site. So because we had such great response, we said, okay, we think we can do this. So we put together a program called VividSocial, and we now actively work with the WSCA. It's part of their high tier member benefit where they can subscribe to it. And so we have very many happy subscribers. And as you can see here, one of the real main benefits is that you can have this assurance that your social media has really great content in it that's very pertinent to your patient care, to your health and wellness philosophy, and that when you have time, you could add to it, but that it's not necessary. We do it 3 times a week, which is a great cadence, and then we really cater to the algorithms in Facebook. We know what they're looking for. We know how to engage, and we know how to put out great content. So that's really what is where you're getting the expertise of Mambo and VividSocial and our deep experience with chiropractic. So let's talk a little bit about what the benefits of VividSocial are. So social media, as we all know, is very labor intensive. It requires somebody dedicated to say, okay, I'm going to do this many posts a week, and then I've got to go out and find great content, or I've got to think of a great post or create a great post. And so that really takes somebody dedicated to it, thinking about it and doing it on a regular basis. Facebook looks for frequency and consistency in quality posts. So if you're not doing it very frequently, of course, your engagement scores go down, and that means less and less people are seeing your next post. And that's a really important factor and that we mitigate for you. We make sure that you have consistent and really high quality posts so that you're constantly looking good to the Facebook algorithm and to your audiences, of course. But it's really important to understand that there is an underlying algorithm there that's determining who's going to see your post. So often your staff, you know, they're really great at customer experience and customer service in person. They may not be the best people to do your social media. And so really what you're doing is leveraging my team of experts who have been doing this for years and years. They do it on a regular basis and they really know what works. So just by virtue of having the subscription, you get access to those experts. And then you need a good post. At the end of the day, if you're not putting out good quality content, Facebook says, nope, we don't need to, you know, we don't need to crowd everybody's feeds with your post. And so that's why it's really important that we're looking at what Facebook thinks, and then we're also looking at what your audience thinks. And we know the chiropractic audience. We are all patients of chiropractors. I personally have been seeing a chiropractor for over 35 years. I'm a big believer in it. And so we understand the benefits of it. We understand how you work. We understand why it's important that we get in front of people around the really what you offer and making sure that we communicate that clearly. We come talk to the algorithm. So we just want to make sure that, you know, again, as experts, we know what Facebook is looking for so that you stay top of mind for people. So really, at the end of the day, we are looking for, the scenario is that I see Carla on the street and she's like, hey, Susie, I haven't seen you for a while. Let's pretend we're seeing people on the street these days. And she says, how you doing? And I said, you know what? I slipped on the ice when I was up in Tahoe and I feel totally tweaked. And she's like, have you seen a chiropractor yet? And I say, no. And she's like, you got to go check out Dr. Ernie. He's awesome. I'm like, Dr. Ernie? Dr. Ernie Farrell. Okay. So I go look up Dr. Ernie Farrell. Well, his Facebook page is one of the first things that comes up in my search, right? And so I go to his social media and Dr. Ernie Farrell hasn't posted for 2 years in Facebook. So I'm like, is he still in business? I wonder if he's open during COVID, right? So these are all the things that I'm thinking as a prospective patient, and you're not there in person to be able to tell me the truth. Of course I'm in business and I'm just so busy I can't post to social media. Well, that's not what goes on in my head. In my head, I'm like, hey, this guy, I'm not sure about him. You know, by the way, Dr. Ernie Farrell is awesome and he's my guy. So I'm just using him as an example, but he hasn't posted on social media for a very long time. So I'm still working on him. So it's really important to think about the customer, the prospective patient. What are they thinking? You know, and so they want somebody who's modern. They want somebody who's on top of it, right? And so whether that's really an indicator of whether you're modern and on top of it and a good doctor, it doesn't really matter because that's what the prospective patient is thinking. They're like, they haven't posted for a while. They don't look very, you know, I don't know about this, right? And so you don't want to, you know, germinate that kind of thinking. What you want to germinate is like, oh my gosh, I love that stretch. I do that stretch all the time. Or, hey, that's what happened to me. So I'm recognizing myself in your feed on all those posts that are coming through. I'm like, I love that he's got, you know, nutrition tips. That's pretty cool. So now all of a sudden you're more than just a chiropractor that could fix my tweakiness that I got from the, you know, falling on the ice. You're now a partner in my health and fitness. You're a partner in my wellness. And so all of that can transform just by virtue of somebody looking at your social feed and whether you have really great content on there and timely content and that you have content at all, or whether you haven't posted for a while and you kind of look closed or maybe not very active. So that's really what we're trying to mitigate against. We really want to promote the chiropractic health. We want to promote your office and your clinic. And one of the ways to do that is checking the box that, yes, I've got great social content there. And that's what we're providing. Here's how it works. We daily are out there looking for great content that fits our content pillars of health and wellness, nutrition, stretching, benefits of chiropractic, all of those things. We're out there combing the internet, combing for videos on YouTube, all of that, bring in really great content. And then we post directly to your Facebook page. Nobody knows that we're posting directly to your Facebook page. We are just a content subscription that supports your values, that supports your mission of patient health. We do this 3 times a week on your Facebook channel. So it gives you ample ability to, if you want to, add your own posts, either on that same day, or you could supplement on the other days that you're not posting. We do have a 5 days a week post option. That's a little bit more, but our base model is 3 times a week. And so really what we're trying to do, it's a low cost subscription. So it's a very reliable, independent. A lot of chiropractors I've talked to are like, yeah, we have this girl that's doing it for us. We're paying her, I don't know, like $200-300 a month. And I don't actually pay attention to what she's posting. And that's always a red flag for me. Like, you should know what she's posting, right? We all need to know what's going on. It's your brand. So we want to make sure that your brand is that the people posting are stewards of your brand, that they're really taking care of your brand. And then we want you to become a chiropractic thought leader. We want people to come to you because you've got really great content out there. And that's really another way to, again, grow your base and grow your social media presence. Is the more high quality content you put out there, the more people are liking it, the more they're sharing it, and the bigger your base gets, which is those are all prospective new patients for you. This is probably the biggest pain point that I've heard from everybody, that I don't either, the person who used to do my social media has left, or the person who's running my front desk doesn't have the time. She means well, but I give her too much to do, or what have you, right? But really, you are about patient treatment, not about social media, and we understand that. So it's really saving you time and then letting you be able to focus on your patients. The biggest boost or benefit from this is that we broaden your audience. We're able to, through better scores through Facebook and more share and more engagement, it just expands your audience, it expands your reach. So not only is it validation and credibility when people go check you out, like the story I told you about Carla saying, hey, check out Dr. Ernie, but it also organically and virally expands your reach to other audiences that you wouldn't normally touch. And that's really important. That's really what social media is all about. So here's an example of what a perfect partnership would be with Precision Chiropractic. We put out this great content, and my dogs think it's great content too. And then Precision put out a happy holidays from Precision, right? So this is a great compliment. It gives your personality. Pardon me. They are now leaving the room. Great content and then personalized content. And so that combination really is powerful. It increases shares, increases reach, increases your engagement, and increases your followers. If you didn't post this week, that's okay, because you would have 3 great posts that are there reliably. And that's what's most important. So we look at it as a partnership. But again, even if you didn't post, we're there for you. So our content, these are the things that we post: the benefits of chiropractic, posture and alignment, exercise, stretching, general wellness, and then you can do the personal stuff. And that's far easier than the thought leadership stuff. It's very easy to take a photo of, one of the patients coming in, maybe the back of one of the patients, just to be HIPAA compliant, and saying that, Dr. Dill's in session today. We're having a great time with our patients today, right? And really giving it the personal flair. But as you can see, that's not the lion's share of the content you need to put there. And we're really reducing your work on this. That is it, you guys. That is all of VividSocial. And I would love to get your feedback and your thoughts on it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Susie. So if anybody has any questions right now on anything Susie might have gone over that you might have questions about, or, maybe something pertaining to your own practice where you've had, some social media issues that you've had to kind of delve into and deal with, now is the time to ask Susie, our expert in social media. I know social media is a big topic when it comes to our members and questions and concerns and all that good stuff. So let's see, do we have any questions?
Oh, the first very important question is price.
Yes.
You guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. What we didn't mention is that we are offering CalChiro the low price of $99 a month if you lock in before, Carla, is it before January 15th? Before January 15th.
Perfect. And then, yeah, that's the price. So if you want, is it month to month? Susie, is it month to month?
It is an annual subscription. You are charged month to month.
Oh, $99 is for 3 posts a week for that month. Yes.
A week?
A week.
That month. That's right.
Yes.
You get 3 posts a week, every week for $99 a month.
Mm-hmm. And do you work with SEO? Dr. Klein wants to know. Do you
what in particular are you looking for SEO?
Waiting for a response.
Can we get more specific? And they can speak that we have, it's fine if anybody wants to anyway.
Just basic SEO content, she says.
These are SEO optimized posts for trends. So yes, it would help. It's not on your website though. It's on your social media. So it will increase your audiences and then they hopefully will go to your site.
But if they wanted to,
so it's not on-site SEO.
They could also probably put the posts that you do on your site if they wanted to on their own, right? Yeah.
They sure could.
You could.
They sure could. Yeah, and I'm happy to talk to anybody about that. I mean, there are many aspects to SEO.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Definitely. Do you post to Instagram and Facebook?
We post to Facebook. We are working on an Instagram solution, but we do not post to Instagram yet.
TBA. On Instagram. Yes to Facebook. Perfect.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions at the moment? I know this was a lot of great information. CalChiro, we work with VividSocial on our own social media page, and they post a lot of great content for us every week. We love it. I love having them as, an extra added supplement to the regular CalChiro happenings that we do. Dr. Spainhauer wants to know, is there any way I can preview some of your content? And like I mentioned, I guess it's kind of hard to label like the ones on the CalChiro page, but yeah, go ahead, Susie.
Well, CalChiro is a great one. But we can also send you a link to our posts as well. And you can visit us at getvividsocial.com.
I'll put that in the chat. Get Vivid.
And these are some examples. Let me, I will slowly go through some of these examples because I think that's important. These are examples of posts that we have done that have been top performing posts for us.
Yeah, they're very like informative. So there's, stuff about wellness, posts about nutrition. It's just kind of a good array of like different thought-provoking topics, I would say.
We also, I failed to mention, we leverage hashtags. So we keep a very close eye on what hashtags are trending, and then we try to leverage those within the posts. And that's really important too, because that pulls in different audiences that are looking for very specific topics. So for example, this one's posture and chronic pain, fibromyalgia, and think chiropractic, back pain, stretching, that should have healthy diet on it. So that's a really chiropractic and chiro care. So that's also a very important aspect of what we do. And because we've been doing social media since it started, really, because Mambo was 23 years old. So we were one of the first folks to really put a process to social media. We really understand it, and we understand what I would love to say that it's just about your message to your customer, but really it's also about the algorithm. It's also about what Facebook is looking for. Just like Google, just like SEO, a deep understanding of Google's algorithm allows us to really optimize your website, which we're not doing here, but we do for our clients. And then the same thing for here in social media, we are doing the same thing. This is like SEO for social, in that we are optimizing for the Facebook algorithm.
Perfect. Yes. Love it. Do we have any other questions at this time for
Nicole?
Susie?
I'd love to ask you, like, what is the top benefit of leveraging, of using VividSocial for you?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I would say that it just really creates some different and diverse, thought-provoking content for the CalChiro social media, because like I mentioned, I do a lot of the social media as far as events that we have coming up, webinars, all that good stuff that we need to get the messaging out. But then in addition to that, it's very helpful in that regard to, similar to how chiropractors would be posting about their own like staff and whatnot.
Right.
And also having this as an additional content on the page really kind of just helps to really incorporate information that our members can use, that, you know, maybe you guys can all share on your social media channels. Always, you know, great to share the content that we have on there. But yeah, I just think that it's a great addition to our own personal social media. So it's been very helpful for me.
Awesome. And would you say it saves you time?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely 100%. Because I know the days that you're posting on, so I could kind of work around and see, you know, what days do I need to be more active, or even like if I have something that I need to post on that day. Your team is really good about letting me know the time frame around there about when you're going to be posting, so that I know that, you know, I'm not going to be posting double posts that during that time.
Right.
So yeah, it's very helpful.
That's great to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So if anybody wants, you know, the VividSocial team to reach out, feel free to just type in that chat box to all panelists, unless you want your fellow attendees to get that information. Type it in the chat box, and then the team and I will grab those emails, and they can reach out. If not, you can see right here where you can contact them. And Susie, if they maybe want to contact you or Carla directly, is there an email that they can reach you at?
Absolutely. So that would be Carla, Karla, at mambomedia.com, MAMBO media.com.
Not close, but not quite right. It's K Smith.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I have so many.
I was just being corrected by my ops guy too.
K Smith. at mambomedia.com.
We had too many Carlas.
Sorry, that one. Got it. The bottom one is the correct one. Okay, so that's in case anybody would like to reach out to Carla from the VividSocial team. If you have any questions about the deal that they have going on for CalChiro members right now. And there's, always, room to grow your social media following. It's never too late to start if you haven't already, have that social media presence now. They can handle it all for you.
Yeah, I think one last point. Oh, sorry, Carla.
I was just going to say the deal is available on the website. If you were to go to the website, use the code VividCA, Vivid short for California. So VIVIDCA, Vivid, VividCA would be the coupon code to use for your $99 a month discount.
Okay, VividCA, is that right? In the chat, I just chatted it.
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm not sure if it's honestly upper lowercase.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters, but
Okay.
lowercase is what we've got set up. But if you have any issue, let me know.
And guys, I want to leave you with this because of, the lockdown, because you are essential workers. A lot of folks don't know that. And so I've had a lot of chiropractors sign up because they're like, people told me they went to our social media channels and that we hadn't posted for so long, they thought we were out of business. So I do want to emphasize that it's really important. This is one of the key ways, right? You can't call each one of your clients and say, we're in business, come on in. This is one of the key ways to ensure that people know that you are absolutely active. So if you had a post yesterday, they're not going to wonder if you're alive and in business. If you haven't had a post for months or years, they're going to wonder if you're open.
That's very true. I mean, I know people love to hate it, but me as a millennial, I definitely utilize social media for that very reason, to see, who's open, what's happening with them, what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, if you have any other questions, guys, please get in touch. Carla would be a great person. You can get in touch with me. Carla can get you in touch with me. Happy to answer. Again, we absolutely, we love chiropractic care. We want to support chiropractors. This is a passion offering from me because I think it's so important that we get the word out of the great work that you're doing and how you can help patients now more than ever, especially because you're an essential worker and a lot of people can't get into other doctors. And so this is really, really important that we get the word out. So thank you for attending and thank you for listening, and get in touch with any questions.
Thank you so much, Susie, for this webinar. We really appreciate having you on, Carla, as well. This is the VividSocial team, and hopefully you utilize them. So yeah, have a great day, everyone. Again, thank you for joining. And if you missed any parts of this webinar, you need to revisit it. We will have a recording up very soon. It'll be on TWA and will also be on the website. So yeah, check that out.
And we're also partnering with CalChiro to offer, a how-to in social media basics, social media 101. So look for that. We'll be putting those on throughout the year. We're just so excited about this partnership. Personally, I live in Santa Barbara, California. I'm a California girl. So this is the first state after Washington that we are really opening this service up to.
Great. Thank you so much again, and have a great day, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you
Take
all.
care.
Bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye.